everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Jodie Filogomo. Jodie is a fashion blogger. She has a fabulous site called jtouchofstyle.com, and she's really passionate about bringing women of all ages together and helping them to find their style and their voice in fashion. So really nice to have you here with us, Jodie.
Thanks, Margaret. It's my honor.
Thank you. Well, you know, the reason that I really love talking to you is, I've said it before, that you love to make fashion fun and accessible to women of all ages. And I appreciate that.
Well, you know, even though we get older doesn't mean we should become invisible. And so I think it's important to try to keep pushing others to remember that it should be a fun aspect of our life. We have to get dressed every day.
Totally.
Why not do it with fun?
Well, the thing is, our clothing expresses our personality. It communicates who we are and what's important to us. I mean, maybe our hair or makeup a bit, but clothes really do say something. And the reason I wanted to raise that is that, you know, a lot of women in their 60s feel like they're, you know, there's a different attitude towards older women, and they have to kind of show people. They can talk all they want, but unless you show people what you're doing, you're out there traveling or you're working or you're volunteering and you're wearing clothes that speak who you are, that there's power in that.
There is power. You really are showcasing your personality with what you wear. And we're not just one-dimensional either.
No.
So one day you may be a little bohemian and the next day you may be more classic, because there's lots of different personalities in our own being.
Yeah. And I like that actually on your website, because you actually feature 3 women on your website with all of your fashion blogs. And it's yourself in your 50s, your stepmom in her 60s, and your mom 70s now, I think 80. And it gives you that sense that women of all ages, they're always smiling and they're looking great. And you may look at them and think, oh, I wouldn't wear that. But it's her. It's that person. You know, it's her style.
And it's nice because we're different shapes too.
Yes, yes.
You know, you don't have to be stick thin and size 0 and little. You know, you can be all different shapes, and we all have different styles. That's a good thing. That makes us unique.
I totally agree with you. And the reason that I'm interested in this is that, you know, we talk about ways that we can change people's perceptions of us. And there's a campaign that you, I know, are part of and have been part of, along with a lot of other older bloggers, women in their 50s, isn't older. But, you tell us a bit about is it the Fierce 50 campaign?
It started as the Fierce 50, and now we've incorporated other ages. We don't want to just be inclusive, so we're calling it Forever Fierce.
Perfect.
And I know that sometimes I've talked to some of my friends, and they don't consider themselves fierce. You know, that's a strong word.
It is. Maybe aggressive a bit. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
And I had trouble with it at first, too. But I think we actually just had a campaign to showcase even women who aren't bloggers, and what fierce means to them in midlife. Mm-hmm. And it was very enlightening to see that even though we're all very different, you know, we've gone through all different kinds of experiences, we've lived different lives, but I think there's a unifying theme that so many of our struggles and so many of our hardships have made us stronger.
Yeah.
And in a way that makes us fierce, if you really want to put a word to it. Yeah. It's not always easy, and it wasn't maybe fun when we were going through those struggles, but it really makes us more human, and it makes us more experienced in those aspects of our life.
No, I totally agree with you. There's some great quotes I can remember as you were talking about, you know, women, you know, over a certain age, you know, they can love because they've been hurt. You know, they all those opposites of, you know, they're brave because they've known fear.
Right.
And I think those are really powerful. And I think it's those types of, like you're doing, those kinds of campaigns where older women and now women of all ages are standing up and saying, you know, we're here and we're forced to be considered and reckoned with, and especially when it comes to the clothing that we wear. So tell me how you as a fashion blogger, you know, participated in this campaign.
Well, it was the whole idea was to get marketing and retailers to look at our age demographic and realize we are important.
Mm-hmm.
and we shouldn't be passed aside just for the younger kids. And it's actually grown to be more than that, though. I mean, that is very important, because as we were talking about, clothes do tell a story. You know, whatever we wear tells a story.
Absolutely.
So that is very important. But it's also important to hear women's stories.
Mm-hmm.
We have so much experience when we've got to this age. We have experience, we have life lessons that we can share with the younger generation.
Yeah.
And clothing is part of that, because we can relate. The younger generation can relate to us if we are dressed more contemporary. And I know that seems very superficial, but I think that's just part of life.
I think that's really true, though. And I know there's a great interest in 60andMe community for mentoring younger women. And we actually wrote an article a while ago, which was 60 things that older women want younger women to know. And it was really, like you're saying, just like sharing the wisdom, like, don't marry that guy. Don't marry the first person that asks you, just things that we learned the hard way. And some of them were more fun and frivolous, but others were pretty, always have your own savings account, just things that, like you said, through our experience and our pain and lessons, we've got something to share. So I'm really pleased that you're involved in that. I did actually see that the campaign, there was one day, wasn't there, where you all published an article about fashion, I guess, for older women. How did that go?
It was fabulous. It can be inspiring to see other women your age, dressing like maybe you didn't think you could.
Yes.
And it makes you feel like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So I think that is always very inspirational, to look at other blogs and other women and see what they're doing. Not that we have to copy them, but it gives us the thought that, yes, we can do that too.
Yeah. It gives you permission, I think, to be yourself. And I actually talked to Jodie, what's her name? Dory Jacobson the other day. She's really great. She's an ex-Playboy bunny, and she's just got a great way of dressing. She has Instagram. She's right out there with the millennials doing her thing on the social platforms, which is what this is all about as well. And she was just saying, like, if you don't look in your closet and like everything there is like you,
right.
And that's, I think, the strength of older women, is that we're not trying to please anybody anymore. We of course, we want to fit in and all of those things, but we want to have our own identity.
Well, and I do think when I was younger, it was more about fitting in. And I think as we've gotten older, we're starting to realize we want to be us. We want to be more unique, maybe stand out, maybe not every day and at every occasion, but it's not a bad thing to look a little more flamboyant and do things that we wouldn't normally do or wear.
Yeah.
So.
I really would love it. People that are watching this, women in the community, just tell us what they think about this word fierce, and about being, there being a strength and being not outspoken, but, using your clothing, using your appearance to make a statement about the power of older women. Are you familiar with James Coughlin? He wrote a book it was called The Longevity Economy. And it was saying that the future is women, and it's older women. We are there coming forward now with our voices that we took to, in the 60s and 70s. We still have those opinions. We still have strength in our views.
Well, and we've made great strides. Yeah. And I don't think that getting older is going to stop that.
And we're around for a while now. They didn't expect it, did they? They thought, Social Security people didn't expect that. But,
right. When women live to 80s, 90s, 100, hey, if you're 60, you're still young.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we keep telling everybody. And then, and we also know how fragile life is and how it can be, it can be taken in a moment. So I think that's the wisdom, it's that wisdom that's, okay, I'm going to get out there and take chances, but I deep in my heart know this is precious.
Yes. Might as well try it, have fun, and enjoy life, every piece of it.
Every second. Well, I would encourage people to go out to jtouchofstyle.com. It's a fabulous website. It's not just fashion, it's lifestyle. I watched a video that you did with a mask. You were putting masks on, your Korean mask.
Yes. I'd never heard of those before. And where I live, it's very dry. It was such a wonderful experience that, I do it about once a week now.
Well, I love your attitude, and you're an inspiration to women of all ages, but particularly us over 50. So thank you so much, Jodie, for what you do, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
Take care. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our 60andMe YouTube channel and also visit our website. We are a strong and dynamic community of women over 60. We're challenging aging stereotypes, and every day we share fascinating stories, interesting questions, and great conversation.